In 1959, at Street's Grocery in Whitefish, Montana's special spice was born. Alpine Touch. It's the taste you grew up with, well seasoned through the test of time. As the tradition carries from one Montana generation to the next. From its humble beginnings to a trusted brand, here's to the next 60 years. Alpine Touch. Montana's special spice since 1959.
276 rush, 276 through the air, but how about your defense in that second half? That swelled up right there and kept them out of the end zone.
Yeah, you know, the way that game went, defense shut them down early. Second quarter, we couldn't tack on points. We got the big pick before the half and were able to open the lead up. But the defense keeping them at 7. You know, that's got to be our foundation, being able to stop the run and really get after the quarterback, and I thought we did that pretty well today.
Guys, can you talk a little bit more about the Zambrano interception and just what that meant?
Yeah, that game right there was 20-7. We go 3 and out on offense. You know, they got a chance to make it pretty dang interesting, and Eric, really athletic play for sure. Not only the catch but the return, and then it put us in position to get that other score and go up 27-7. So, you need guys to step up and make plays like that, especially when things are, not falling apart by any means, but not quite going our way. And Eric certainly, that was a pivotal play. That was the pivotal play in this game.
And then you followed it up with the offense rewarded that.
Yeah, we got a short field. We had all our timeouts, not a ton of time, but I thought we did a good job of mixing up some passes and some runs ultimately that kept them off guard and got the touchdown and getting up 27-7 and getting back up to a 20-point lead at half was big. And our guys, I think that's a team that's got talent that's getting better and better, and we really came out of the gates well, held them in check, and fortunately we were able to open up a little bit more in the second half.
Where does that first quarter rank on best quarters you've played this year?
Well, was the San Diego game. I think we got up 21-0. It was comparable. I think just not allowing them to do anything offensively, and on offense for us being able to convert both in the run and the pass game, and we knew the nature of their defense. We had to come out and run the football, and we did that, and it really changed the complexion of how they played really the rest of the game. They played us quite a bit different than they had in their previous, the previous 4 opponents. So, we really set the tone well.
And after last week, kind of the slow start, how encouraging was it to be able to score right away and be up 17-0?
Yeah, I think anytime you can take the ball down right away and put 7 on the board, that's big. And I know we had a big third down conversion by Tommy in that mix. So no, that's really set the tone well, and our defense followed up with a stop, and then we were able to keep pouring it on that first quarter.
What do you think about Lance? And all season he's been a guy that you can depend on through the air.
Yeah, I nothing really to this point surprised me. I think going back to spring, we felt like Lance, from a receiver perspective, would be our top playmaker, and I think. As these games have gone on, I think his confidence is growing and growing. So he's making plays that, whether he was asked to make them in the past or not, he probably didn't make. And it's been great to see him continue to grow. And really, he's a guy that I know Matt has a tremendous amount of confidence in. And when you have that and you can throw 50-50 balls up, that makes the offense go.
I was going to say, does his presence help the offense? If you're able to pass, you can run a little bit more and draw attention of the receivers.
Yeah, no question. I think what it does is will teams single him up. I think he's put himself in that position. So do you have an alternative plan defensively with your coverage just to defend him? And I thought going in that they probably would. That's the nature of how they played. They played us more singled up, and we probably could have gone after him more, but his productivity continues to be a big part of our offense.
You got a few more guys involved. Jaden, obviously, one of them. With Coy being down, too, I mean, how I don't know, I guess encouraging or cool was that to see everybody, more targets, I guess?
Yeah, I think Jaden's been a guy that was slowed up a little bit in fall camp, and he's continued to emerge. I thought he did a heck of a job hanging on the ball, making some plays after the catch. We got Andrew Patterson out there. I think that was his second play as a collegiate player, and he gets a touchdown. And with Coy's injury, that provided an opportunity for us to play Andrew. And Andrew's kind of been waiting in the wings, all through, fall camp and these first several games, and hasn't been on the field. So what a way to break into college football. And I think we'll see more of Andrew Patterson moving forward.
And him, right a week after Simeon's first interception, another true freshman. Is that kind of poetic to you at all, just seeing true freshmen?
Well, yeah, I think all along, going back to the beginning stages of August, we saw those two as the two true freshmen that would probably be able to make an impact. Simeon's opportunity and his playmaking showed up a little faster. But Andrew, you got to give him credit. He's been patient. He's continued to get the reps in practice. Hasn't gotten games. Hasn't pouted whatsoever. And there he is, getting a chance to make a catch his second play. And he looked pretty fast heading down the sideline. I know that.
Coach, Isaiah's 600-yard rushing game out of his last 9. What does he mean to this offense, and not only this game, but?
Yeah, I think much like Lance, you have a constant there. In Isaiah, you're going to, give him enough opportunities. It was 20 today. He's going to make the most of it. If we can get him on linebackers, on safeties, he's going to make it hard for them. He's a hard guy to bring down, and he's a finisher. And at this point of the season, he continues to impress me for sure.
It's family weekend, family game. Obviously, you got a big clan over here. Yeah. What does it mean to get this win in front of a big portion of your family?
Yeah, it's great. We'll have family, different parts of our family coming all throughout the season, so great to have them here, and entertaining press conference here, I'm sure, for all of them.
Coach, we kind of talk every week just about, McKay and McCutcheon being that leap will do. I mean, can you just speak on that again? They just seem to be working really well together.
Yeah, I think, what occurs is Lance is hard to cover, and when you have a receiver that's hard to cover, it makes those throws much more desirable. So, some of them are easy, some are really challenging. I think there was quite a variety today when you look at the different catches that Lance was able to make. That'll be a matchup we continue to go after, especially when people want to play single coverage on Lance. And, I know Matt has no hesitation, but I think there was a couple times today where, he went Jaden over Lance in situations where he probably could have gone either way. So, we got to continue to target different guys, and they both had big games today, both Jaden and Lance.
And then looking at UNC's defense, it's kind of designed to break up those big pass plays, but you guys didn't seem to have a problem on that side of.
Yeah, the key was we broke them with the run game early, so they really got out of their drop 8 mode and played single high, either man or zone, just because they needed to get, really 7 guys in the box, so that those runs early were huge to allow us to really run our offense kind of as we'd like to. So, the fact that we ended up with the same yardage on both sides was not by design, but it certainly looks good on the stat sheet.
You guys have had a few miscues the last couple of weeks, but is there a silver lining to that? I mean, is that something that you can use as an example or whatever?
Yeah, I think we got a team that is continuing to mature, is continuing to grow in its belief in one another. We're still early in the season. We're 2 games into conference play. We are far from perfect at this stage. We got to continue to come back on Monday and learn each week. And other teams are going to make some plays. I think relying on one another, that's been the really nice thing the last couple weeks. I think offense feeds off defense, vice versa. I didn't think we were great in the special teams today, and we got to keep growing there as well, because that phase has to be a winning edge for us. I think if we were perfect now, where would we go? So we're continuing to grow and get better, and these games are going to get more and more difficult as we click them off.
On the timeout before the interception from Ty on that goal line stand, it looked like he went up to Trey, I think it was, and said something. I was curious what kind of the message was there.
Play, don't talk, play. Simple as that.
Fair.
No, it was a good timeout because we wanted to. Me talking to Trey had nothing to do with the timeout. It was really a timeout. Coach Banks wanted to see how they lined up. Get a chance to set our defense as best we could, and it was we had a couple with that sequence on defense that we used in the second half. So pleased with that stop. It was a heck of a play. You get a team that wants to throw on 4th and inches. That says something about our defense. So I'm really pleased with that stop.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Yep, thanks.
Blackfoot Communications is committed to supporting Bozeman businesses. From intelligent network solutions like SD-WAN to fast and reliable fiber-based services, Blackfoot delivers innovative ways for your business to succeed. Blackfoot Communications. Connect to more.
Late in the second quarter towards half, can you just run through that play and what happened, please?
Well, I just want to give all glory to God for putting me in this position. It's really my coaches as well. Really putting us in this position, making the right calls and big plays.
Is that your first interception of your career?
Yeah, it is.
So to get it, especially in that moment, I mean, how would you kind of describe that feeling?
Oh, God. It felt unreal, very shocking, but I know I can make those plays. It's only more to come.
Can you walk us through that play and kind of what you saw and what you were thinking when you made that interception?
Yeah, so I was bailing, and I seen the quarterback just scrambling, and he threw the ball my way up in the air. I said, okay, that's me. I picked it to the crib.
And do you realize that was going to give the offense the momentum that it needed going into halftime?
Yes, for sure, yes.
I think that whole defense has made it apparent that you guys kind of have a no-fly zone, and so when they throw it back to you guys, it's kind of just playing with you. But to finally, have an interception along with, Callahan or Troy, how good does it feel to be a part of that group now?
Well, really, it's our D linemen. Our D linemen are some dogs. They made that happen, the quarterback scramble, and I just made the play, finished it.
One of the D linemen, Daniel, had second straight big hit on a kick return. How did you react when you saw that hit?
Hardy he's a beast. If y'all don't know Daniel Hardy, y'all need to know him. He is a beast, but that was a great play by him.
And that interception did the receiver did you feel like he got a little bit past you, or did you feel comfortable where you were?
I really don't know. I asked some of my coaches and teammates. He said he got a little bit behind me, but just thank God I was there making the play.
And you've been the one kind of corner who's stable on the team after James and Tyrell have gone down. How important do you think that's been for your team?
Very important. We take pride in just being healthy. Staying hydrated, stretching, all that type of stuff. I just listen to my coaches, my strength and conditioning coach.
What do you think of your defense's overall performance today? It worked in a lot of different ways.
Dogs. Relentless effort to the ball, just playing fast and physical every play.
And Simeon's performance so far this season, how would you kind of describe that?
He's playing very well right now, very, very well. Hopefully he can keep it up, which I know he will, but that's an amazing freshman right there.
All right, thanks, Easy.
Thank you, guys.
So, first career rushing touchdown, right? How did that feel compared to the other ones you've had?
It was cool. Like you said, I haven't really gotten the ball in the backfield like that, so to get on one of my, I want to say second or third time this year and finding the end zone is really cool.
Is that something you were hoping to take advantage of going into this game, or something you were planning for?
Yeah, kind of. With their defensive style, with them dropping 8 almost every play, we just wanted to find another way to, create explosives and find the end zone.
Lance, before the season started, I asked you kind of what your goal was going into this year, and you said you wanted to establish yourself as a leader on this team. Looking, with 5 games in now and the success that you've had so far, what does it mean to you to see that?
It means everything to me. My senior year, got a lot of guys on this team, old and young guys, counting on me to make plays, and that's just an unbelievable feeling, honestly.
I also spoke with Levi Weshy about you and your high school career, and he said that you were kind of that kid that would always stay on the field and work hard from the second you got on the field, the second you left. Where do you get that?
That's a good question. Just love for the game. That's all I can really say on that.
I think your second TD, your rushing TD, scored right after Callahan got the interception. Kind of along the same lines, how cool is it to see another Bozeman big play in that game?
It's awesome. Good buddy of mine, went to high school with him. Obviously, he was my quarterback, and see him out at linebacker making plays it makes me feel good, to see one of my best friends from high school balling.
Did you always think that he could be a good linebacker even though he was playing quarterback in high school?
Yeah, so growing up, Callahan was always quarterback linebacker, and then in high school he didn't really have the chance to showcase that because he was second string QB, and you always need your second string QB ready at any time. So he didn't really have a chance to showcase that, and then when he made the move after his freshman year, I knew he was going to be great at that position.
Is that sideline catch you made today pretty high up on best catches you made?
I mean, yeah, sure, it could be up there, but I personally got to do a better job of getting hands off and staying in bounds. Can't get pushed out like that.
I meant the leaping one, kind of not the touchdown, but the one I think it was in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I personally didn't think I had a foot down, and then after I saw the replay, I was like, okay, yeah, that's a catch. So just keep making plays, I guess, when the ball comes my way.
What did you see on that play? Describe it and kind of what was the defense doing to you guys?
We knew it was man coverage, and we had one of our plays called where we see man take a chance outside, and that's exactly what Matt did.
And
What do you think about the overall offense's performance this game?
I think we're clicking. We're balling right now. We're playing really good. We came out and started so much better than what we did at Portland State, and I think that's what really set the tone for this team in this game.
Yeah, you mentioned about how the energy was kind of lacking in the first half last week. It's safe to say it was pretty good in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, we're at home obviously, and anytime you get to play in front of a sold out crowd, the energy is going to be better.
You being so consistent this season, what do you think is different about this year compared to maybe your past seasons that you've had?
Just my confidence. Having last year off with COVID and everything, that was just another opportunity for me to, get better at everything when it comes to receiver. And so it's just that, yeah.
Every week we talk about, your connection with Matt. What is it about your guys' approach coming into a game that you guys pretty much right off the bat keep connected? You guys watch game film together. What's kind of your guys' approach weekly?
Yeah, just a daily communication as far as when it comes to film, and just saying, hey, if this happens, I'm going to do this. He's going to go here with it, just along those lines.
How nervous were you when Willie got hit on that punt return?
I was pretty scared for him. He has, the collarbone injuries, the previous 2 collarbone injuries. And, I mean, as a punt returner, you're looking up at that ball the entire time, and he didn't even see it and got smacked. So it was obviously scary, but he just got the wind knocked out of him, and I was really happy to see him back out there.
And just to see Andrew and Jaden, but, especially Andrew with his first catch, what was kind of your reaction to seeing that?
I was amped. One for Jaden. We're game 5, and he hasn't really proven himself yet, shown himself, and so I told him, this is your day, this is the time for you to do it, and he did exactly that. So I was really happy to see him making plays down the field. And then with AP, Coach put him in, and sitting on the bench, he kind of got a little nervous grin, and I was like, yo, you're good, he's putting you in there for a reason, whatever. And then when you're out there in the little bunch, I saw they were sending pressure, and I just looked back at him. I said, yo, we ready for the ball? And he was ready, and he capitalized on it. And to see him with his first catch go for, a 40-yard touchdown, that was huge. That was really awesome for the team.
Say anything to him after the touchdown?
Yeah, I told us I was happy for him. I was proud for him, and it's only up from here.
Did he get to save the ball? Did he save that touchdown pass?
I don't think so.
Matt's targeted you a bunch of times this year. What does that kind of say to you about his confidence in you to make a play on the ball?
I mean, I've kind of said already, just the work we've been putting in together, and it's just continuous repetition, and I have confidence in him, he has confidence in me, and so whenever, we need a play, just whenever the ball comes my way, I'm going to try as hard as I can to come down with it.
Thanks, Lance.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Questions for Cal?
I didn't look. Is that how many interceptions is that for your career?
That's the first one. Yeah.
So you and Eric, Zeke.
Yeah.
How good did that interception feel for you?
It felt awesome. It was just nice, making a play to start the game. Coach Daly kind of put some pressure on me and Troy to start the game fast, and I think we did that. So.
The ball's in the air. What's going through your mind when you get that big?
It's kind of just instincts, to be honest. It's just see the ball, get the ball kind of thing.
Is there anything about your scouting report or anything that stood out to you that allowed you to take advantage of that situation?
Just the way the quarterback goes through his progression, just how he kind of stares down receivers, just following his eyes and making a play on the ball.
Did you hope you stay on your feet on that?
Yeah, I don't even remember. I don't think there was much of a chance I could have.
And then that stop at the end, you had a tackle to make sure they didn't get in the end zone. How excited were you guys just to prevent them from scoring in the fourth quarter there?
Yeah, down on the goal line, it's something you got to take a lot of pride in as a defense. Those short yardage situation, it's just the tougher, more physical team's going to win. So anytime you get in that situation, you want to get a stop, and it's a huge momentum swing for the team. So. And
even though the game was pretty much out of reach, is there kind of, I don't know, so how do you guys kind of, I guess, really motivate yourselves, or what are the kind of tactics you do to make sure you guys stay focused even when the game's out of hand like that?
I don't know. Anytime you're playing football, you only have so many opportunities, so you just make the most of all of them. So and even at the end of the game, you want to just keep getting better and better and making sure you're pushing yourself to do your best. So.
That interception you had, it ended up leading to that McCutcheon touchdown. How cool is it to kind of have two Bozeman Hawks make really big back-to-back plays?
Yeah, it was really cool. I always love seeing Lance make big plays. He's making a lot of them, so it's fun to watch.
Obviously, you used to throw to him in high school, but to see, I guess on the sideline, see him play his game, what do you see, just how much he's taken a step this fall?
He just became a huge playmaker for our offense. Anytime they throw the ball up to him, there's a good chance he's coming down with it, and he's been making a lot of explosive plays, which is awesome to see.
How would you kind of, rank, or where does this sort of go on the best games you guys have had this season, both as a defense and as a team?
I think it's probably one of our better performances. I'd say that's a better team than, for sure, Drake and San Diego, which we also had big wins against. So I'd say we have to watch the film, but I think that was for sure one of our better performances of the season so far.
Was the fast start and just a good first quarter? Was that, how much of that I guess is due to better energy than last week? I don't know. It's always nice playing in front of your home crowd, so that always gives you some energy. It's hard to come out in an environment like Portland State, but that's something that we got to be better at and good at, because you play in those environments in the Big Sky sometimes, so you just got to make sure you're always working on that.
How would you describe the defense's overall performance in this game?
I think it was really good. Obviously, we always want to hold teams to 0 points, but a 7's a pretty good number too, so I thought it was good.
Daniel had another big hit on special teams. Just from your perspective, when you see those hits, what kind of goes through your mind? How do you react to those hits?
It gets you pretty excited. I remember I was yelling, running out there, and I about passed out because I was yelling so loud, and I was like, holy cow, I got to calm down a little bit. But it definitely gets the whole team going, and it's really cool to see someone who's, a big-time player for us taking so much pride in a special teams role and just doing an amazing job of that, too. It's really cool to see.
We all know the athlete that Troy Anderson is, he didn't play a ton in the second half, but how have you seen him progress at the inside linebacker position these first 5 games?
I think he's doing a really good job. I think I'd have to watch the film, but I'd say today was probably one of his best performances. He had a lot of tackles for loss in that first quarter and just really big plays to get the game going.
All good?
Awesome.
Thanks, Cal.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Blackfoot Communications is committed to supporting Bozeman businesses. From intelligent network solutions like SD-WAN to fast and reliable fiber-based services, Blackfoot delivers innovative ways for your business to succeed. Blackfoot Communications. Connect to more.